Oh, you're back already? Well, good, because we have more 40K content. What's the crack, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And I know it's been a few days since I've uploaded anything Warhammer 40K related, and the drought was real. But we're back with another 40K video for you all. Now, as a lot of you may know that have been tuning into the channel as of late, I have been truly immersing myself in the world of Warhammer 40K. I've uploaded a number of videos reacting to some bricky lore and playing the game known as Space Marine 2, which is incredible, and another episode is on the way. But I've had this insatiable urge to watch some more cinematics, and I just really want to see a nice visual representation of Warhammer 40K. Now, we did react to the Astartes cinematic, which was absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen my reaction to that, I'll put a link in the first line in the description below, or just check the YouTube channel out if you want to see what Warhammer 40K content I have done already. So today, to fill in that craving and that insatiable urge, I decided to check out a cinematic that just popped up on my newsfeed. Warhammer the Horus Heresy cinematic trailer. I'm already aware of who Horus is and the Horus Heresy and how Horus decided to betray his father, hence splitting the Primarchs into two and having this never-ending war between the two factions. I just want to know if this particular video, I don't know anything about it, so this could be terrible, I don't know, but I hope this cinematic trailer or whatever it is going to give me a nice representation of Horus and the Horus Heresy and how that kind of unfolded. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to watch this together, we're going to talk about it, and maybe I'll go through it and break down the stuff that really kind of stands out to me as a viewer. So all that being said, let's check out this cinematic trailer. Warhammer, baby, let's go. Oh, this is legit.
I never wanted this. I never wanted to unleash my legions.
Who's this? Is this Horus? Yep, that's Horus. Wow.
The ignorance of old night.
Wow. Wait, why is he so big?
You betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the gods and lied to your sons. Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will.
Wait, hang on. Oh my god. Well, he mentioned that his father kept a secret from him. Wait, so he had a motive to kill his dad. Oh my god, look at these Space Marines, dude. Whoa.
From the skies of terror to the galactic rim.
Oh my god, this is so badass.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood, I will see the galaxy freed once more. And if I cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
Wow. Wait, so what is this a trailer for? This is 2022. Is it an actual trailer for a short film or what? I need to go back through this trailer. I need to just stop and talk about some things. Wow, dude. These poor Space Marines, they've been slaughtered.
I never wanted this. I never wanted to unleash my legions.
Okay, this part here had kind of taken me by surprise. Why is Horus so much bigger? Like, so much bigger than a regular Space Marine?
Together we banished the
Also, Horus's character design is on another level. Like, that is the most badass shit I've ever seen. He's got the freaking Sauron on his chest.
Of old night.
Oh no, he's got lost an arm.
But you betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the gods and lied to your sons. Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will. So let it be war.
Dude, this is exactly how I would picture this war looking like. It's just hell. Like, everywhere. It just feels like a never-ending battle in hell. Wow.
From the skies of terror to the galactic rim.
That's so cool that you see them dropping down like that and then deploying. I can't remember the name of the giant robots again. Can you guys remind me what they're called again? They're so freaking cool.
Seas boil.
Jesus.
Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Wow, look at that, dude. These visuals.
I will see the galaxy freed once more. And if I cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
So Horus is like, he had a motive for betraying the Emperor. He essentially, his motive was, well, he was lied to, or something was kept from him. The power of the gods or something. Is he referring to the warp travel thing that he had access to? Like, what's he referring to? Or is he just referring to the fact that he was an incredibly powerful psyker and possessed like godly powers? Like, I'm still a little bit confused in Horus's motive here. I thought he just kind of was just an asshole and wanted power, which is what it seems to be the case in this trailer. Like, he is all about, you know, taking over the galaxies and being the true leader above the Emperor and actually, you know, doing things his way. But I don't know, the motive isn't like 100% clear. Warhammer the Horus Heresy. I need to look this up.
Long before Titus defended Avarax, long before Cadia...
Okay, so we have another video here. This is the Horus Heresy in under 9 minutes. Now, I don't know if it's referring to the cinematic or is it just going to explain the Horus Heresy. So we're going to watch this as well. So,
long before Titus
sorry. Big shout out to Sandman of Terra.
Defended Avarax, long before Cadia decided to stand in pieces. Games Workshop found another way to sell more Space Marines. Set 10,000 years before Warhammer 40K, this is the background and mythology of the setting in 64 books. The Iliad and the Odyssey combined are only 48. Take that, Greece. The Horus Heresy.
Okay.
After ChatGPT rebelled and humanity's first galactic empire fell apart, a man of godlike power, humbly known as the Emperor of Mankind, decided to launch his great crusade to unite the worlds of humanity into the Imperium of Man. These were the good times. Sure, his sons had been mysteriously scattered throughout the galaxy as infants, and sure, there were various Xenos civilizations that rudely decided not to just roll over and die, but on the whole there were many laughs and lots of purging. All the Emperor's sons, the Primarchs, were eventually found.
Oh, look at this. The Primarchs. Oh, dude, I was waiting for an image to see them all together.
These 18...
There it is. There it is. I want to dive deeper into this and why 2 and 11 are shunned away from the Primarchs. Like, what's this about, man? Like, I need to know more about this.
19 demigods were truly the best when it comes to genetically engineered super warriors. They were perhaps the greatest generals the galaxy has ever known. And Leman Russ. Each Primarch is unique, except for the ones that are kind of the same, and each leads their Space Marine Legion, the Emperor's Angels of Death, vast armies of super soldiers with a myriad of incredible abilities, although most of them very rarely come
Oh man, this imagery is so cool. Oh my god, dude.
up in the books. As the Great Crusade neared its peak, the Emperor returned to Earth, which is called Terra for some reason, and he will tell nobody why, partially because it's a secret project.
So that image of the Emperor, wow, dude. I'm always like skeptical when it comes to these images that you see in the videos. Like, are these like actual source material images? Do they come from the books and stuff? Because I really want to pick up some books now. I want to see these images myself and like really like study the pictures. Because the imagery is just it's so creative.
And partially because he genuinely likes to mess with his sons.
Okay, be assured we maneuvered each of them from the moment of their rediscovery, pitting them against each other, stoking their brotherly rivalries with his unequal favor. It was not difficult no more so than positioning pieces on the board. Those who could not be managed, well, they would never reach the endgame. Mal Kador.
Seriously, he's a terrible dad. In wake of this, the Emperor's first found, if you have not read that Alfarius novel, son Horus Lupercal, is raised.
Son Horus Lupercal. Dude, he's got a freaking wolf pelt on his back.
To a level above his brothers. He now commands the Great Crusade with the
he's probably the most unique looking Primarch. I mean, like the eyes on his armor just really stand out.
title of War Master. And to mark
What's this? I am pleased to announce that I'm starting a new position, War Master at the Great Crusade. Why is that so funny?
his promotion, he will give his legion a particularly uninspired name change. However, the four
Sons
Chaos
of Horus
gods of Nurgle, Angry, Blue, and Nipple Play oppose the Emperor. They call him their anathema.
Whoa, is that Slanesh? What's this from?
They thought Neoth sounded silly, and he was such a threat that they took a break in their great game to bring him down. Servants of the Chaos Gods, and
Oh my god.
importantly, this absolute turd worked desperately to turn Horus against his father. They basically killed him, showed him twisted visions and
Dude, I need to see what's that cinematic from? Like what is that from?
half-truths, and used the memory of his dead son to manipulate him. But Horus was
Hey, go back there. I wasn't even paying attention to what you were saying. I was just too distracted by the imagery.
worked desperately to turn Horus against his father. They basically killed him, showed him twisted visions and half-truths, and used the memory of his dead son to manipulate him. But Horus was a genius demigod of humanity and saw through these lies. Yet ultimately sided with the Chaos Gods anyway when he sees a future where some of his brothers get a statue and he doesn't. Fair enough. So he decided to burn the entire galaxy down anyway.
Let the galaxy burn.
Thanks, Horus. What followed was a civil war so devastating that half the plot points in 40k have their roots here. Things like the Terminus Decree, the Inquisition, why these guys have red helmets, and, you know, the Tyrannid invasion. Horus was revived.
Wow. So the Horus Heresy was literally the beginning of the never-ending war. Like, this is where shit hit the fan, and why Warhammer 40k is filled with all of these rich stories and these crazy plot points. Like, it's really fucking interesting.
Empowered as the chosen champion of the Dark Gods. Then he'll go through the gate at Molech into the realm of chaos itself.
Wow, look at this map. Wow.
And return empowered as the chosen champion of the Dark Gods. Then he'll be brought low by the Spear of Russ, but after his son's sacrifice, he'll return.
Wow, look at that, dude. Okay, so is this from anything, or is this like fan art and stuff? That is so cool.
Empowered as the for the love of God, can we just get to the Siege of Terra? Fortunately, Horus's brother Magnus the Red had foreseen the War Master's betrayal, and so he decided to make a meme. To warn his father, Magnus attempts a magical Zoom meeting from across the galaxy, despite the fact that the Emperor had said no more magic and not to disturb him during his special alone time. In his attempt, Magnus will blow past the magical wards protecting the Imperial Palace and allow demons to almost overwhelm the birthplace of humanity. Whoops. Only by the Emperor being bound to a powerful device, the Golden Throne, is the birth world of humanity saved. Henceforth, from the galaxy's most powerful chair, the Emperor is unable to properly join the fight against the traitors. Over time, Magnus and 7 other Primarchs will join Horus in his rebellion for various reasons, but primarily conceptual symmetry. And for the most part, you won't really be surprised.
Wow, look at that. That's incredible.
As it's either the Primarchs that the Emperor insults or humiliates, or the Primarchs who grew up on planets whose main export was crime. Seriously though, Mortarion is obsessed with the number 7, Angron and Kurz just outright hate the Emperor. This can't have come as a great surprise. Anyway, as well as turning on their father, some of the traitor Primarchs will embrace the powers of chaos and ascend to demonhood. This will grant them almost godlike abilities on the battlefield, but this won't matter as much as you'd think, as it also seems to make them the worst teammates imaginable. The 9 traitor sons will take on team, sort of well-adjusted, but not really, the 9 Primarchs loyal to the Emperor. They will be the bulwark against the traitor forces, brave and true, and the Emperor's greatest warrior. Ferris, is that a wrench? Why did you bring a wrench?
It's a big wrench. That would fucking hurt. I mean, probably not my first choice of weaponry, but hey, maybe it's a lucky wrench.
Be horrified as brother turns on brother, but enjoy the apocalyptic battles. Like the burning of Prospero, when Leman Russ had his orders manipulated by the War Master, so instead of attempting to bring Magnus in quietly, he will not bring him in, and loudly. On Istvan 3, Horus will have his sons and 3 other
so the opposite
legions purge their ranks of Marines too loyal to the Emperor, and especially those who didn't join the secretive warrior lodges, because above all else, the War Master hates those who don't take advantage of fun extracurricular activities. One ship escapes, however, and so a retribution force of 7 legions is sent to snuff out the Heresy. This would have worked really well if it weren't for the fact that 4 of those 7 legions had secretly thrown in with the War Master. They turned their guns on the 3 loyal legions, who would not be able to properly recover until after the Heresy. On Kauth, the Wordbearers will delight in betraying the Ultramarines, as revenge for when the Blueberries destroyed the perfect city of Monarchia. Some loyal sons will be unable to take the fight to the enemy, as a gigantic warp phenomenon dubbed the Ruin Storm cuts large portions of the galaxy off from the Emperor's guiding light. However, these 3 Primarchs will try to salvage what they can in Imperium Secundus and prove once and for all that blondes do have more fun. The series will reach its epic conclusion in the Siege of Terror. Sanguinius will get the noble death that he deserves.
So this is actually a very nice video, because everything is kind of split up into chapters from the beginning of the Horus Heresy to all of the different major events between the war and the conclusion of the Heresy. It's really, really well done, actually. So that I'm really impressed by this video, and it's also really nice for me because I'm starting to learn some stuff as well. Like, the Horus Heresy is essentially the beginning of it all, and that's crazy. Like, it's just never-ending slaughter and war and betrayal and deception. It's so badass.
Oh, never mind then. But most important,
Horus starts to bludgeon him, beating him repeatedly like a disobedient dog.
the Emperor will be able to finally defeat Horus before he is bound to the Golden Throne for the next 10,000 years.
Right, let's go back there.
Heresy. On Kauth, the Wordbearers will delight in betraying the Ultramarines as revenge for when the Blueberries destroyed the perfect city of Monarchia. Some loyal sons will be unable to take the fight to the enemy as a gigantic warp phenomenon dubbed the Ruin Storm cuts large portions of the galaxy off from the Emperor's guiding light.
Jesus. Well, it just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
However, these 3 Primarchs will try to salvage what they can in Imperium Secundus and prove once and for all that blondes do have more fun. The series will reach its epic conclusion in the Siege of Terror. Sanguinius will get the noble death that he deserves. Oh, never mind then.
Oh, poor Sanguinius.
But most importantly, the Emperor will be able to finally defeat Horus.
So the Emperor did defeat Horus. I thought the Emperor died to Horus. Well, no, the Emperor's not dead, but I thought he lost to Horus.
Before he is bound to the Golden Throne for the next 10,000 years. There are so many incredible battles and stories. So start your journey today, only 54 books to go and a boatload of novellas. Then it's just the Siege of Terror, which is another 10, or you can actually play the game where you'll choose your favourite Primarch and Legion and engage in the sci-fi version of My Dad Could Beat Up Your Dad. You can pick from King Arthur and the Knights of the Round War Crimes, Instagram influencers armed with boomboxes, off-brand Lego, the Fast and the Furious, but more realistic, the Wolfie Wolf Wolf.
But more realistic. Oh my god, that's funny.
Store brand Lego, Batman with foresight and murder.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Team Edward with wings, placeholder to change later, some sort of joke about losing your head, I don't know. My name is Angron of New Syria, Lord of the Red Sands, Primarch of the World Eaters Legion, disloyal servant to the Emperor. No one ever pronounces your name correctly, and I'm not going to start now.
Robute Gilliman. That's probably wrong. Rubboot
Rubber Boot Gorilla Glue. COVID.
Rubber Boot Gorilla Glue. Was not expecting that.
14. Harry Potter and the Dusty Hallows. You were the chosen one. Poor critical reasoning skills. The good guys, unless you're that one elder child. That feeling you have when you're a teenager and no one really gets you. And
we've all been there, dude. We've all had our little got stages in life. We've been there.
Finally, The Parent Trap, the Lindsay Lohan version. Daddy issues in space.
In space. I was not expecting to laugh at this video.
I'm really never going to get over the fact that they named the oldest person in the galaxy Old Person.
No, honestly though, shout out to Sandman of Terra. That was a fantastic video, dude. Thank you so much for the laughs. Alright, so that was essentially a little bit of an educational video for me, trying to understand the Horus Heresy and how it came to be, and all of these other like major events in the Warhammer 40K timeline that happened after the fact. It's such an incredibly over-the-top, disturbing story that I can't help but want more of it, you know? It's so strange to me that a franchise that's been around for the last 30 years has got no major big budget movies or TV series or anything like that, when it has, like, it's literally jam-packed with lore. It's got so much substance, and I've preached this already in previous videos, but it really does. And it's so interesting. Maybe something like this, it's just too high budget. If you think about it, and if you look at a lot of the imagery that's available in the source material, like, it's beautiful, it's stunning, and there's so much going on, there's so much happening. The budget for this would be ginormous. It would be huge. But then you could argue they put hundreds of millions of dollars into video game production now, that they could do the same for this franchise and create some really compelling movies that are just so goddamn entertaining with a stamp of badass on top, and people will watch it. Like, I guarantee you, like, the Warhammer 40K community would skyrocket into the heavens if they actually created more media for people to consume. That's for casual people that don't really know a whole lot about Warhammer 40K like myself. Like, if you were to make a movie and really tell the story well and use some stunning visuals, some incredible set pieces and sets and costumes and fantastic actors. Like I can guarantee you will have people seeing the trailer and like, that looks fucking cool. I want to go watch whatever this is. I've always wanted to know what Warhammer was, and this would be a nice introduction to that, because the stories are so rich. Like they're so good and they're told so well, and it's got some very, very interesting characters that need to be explored on a grand scale. You know, personally, that's what I think. Man, this is just so cool. It's finally cool to see some form of like imagery and all that of Horus and the Heresy and everything that unfolded against him and his betrayal against the Emperor. Like, I'm trying to like absorb as much information as I can, because there's so much to take in. Like, you can watch as many videos as you want of Warhammer 40K, but there's only so much that will actually stay up here. And like, the way my brain works, it's very hard for me to kind of retain information for too long. But what I found with Warhammer 40K is that I'm just kind of sucking it all in like a sponge. Like, for some reason, I can really align myself to this franchise. Like, I'm really like interested, like genuinely interested. It's not me just doing reactions for the sake of reactions and views on YouTube. I'm doing it because I really am interested in this, and I want to see more of it and learn more of it, and I want it all to stick. Like, I want somebody to come up to me and ask me, you know, what's Warhammer 40K all about, and I'm able to sit there and explain to them for God knows how long of every single detail of Warhammer 40K, how it began, the Horus Heresy, all that stuff. Like, all the Primarchs, explain all of them, actually know about the 2nd and 11th Primarch Legion, and explain that whole thing, which I still don't really get. But I want to be able to do that, and I feel like I can somewhat give a basic explanation, but it just keeps going, dude. Like, this world, like, you think it's just a story with a beginning, middle, and an end, but it's not. Like, there's a beginning, and then there's some shit happening here, and shit happening here, and shit happening back there before the beginning, and by the time you get to the middle, there's like 17, 18 different branches of different stories and different things happening and major events in the Warhammer 40K timeline, that it's like, if I could think I can give a basic explanation, but when it comes to like everything else that's happened in between, there's so much. There's a lot there, and you know this has been around for a long time because they've just kept adding more to it. But it's not like, it's strange, because you think with the amount that this has and the amount of stories it has to tell, that it becomes super overwhelming for me or people like me. But for some reason, it's not. Like, I can accept it, and I'm more than happy to learn all of different branches of things that happened and all the different stories and explaining the different legions and factions and their place in this universe and all that stuff. Like, it's that interesting, you know. It is. But I think it just probably comes down to somebody that's brave enough to take on the mantle of Warhammer 40K and actually produce and direct movies that are good and people would sit down and watch. Because I think if it's done right, like, this is a moneymaker. Like, it really is. If it's done right and told right, with compelling characters and beautiful story and being as dedicated to the source material as possible, you could really create something special here. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on a tangent, but I really enjoy listening to this, and I can't wait to listen to more stuff. So if you guys have other videos that you think I should react to learn more, please let me know. Another Space Marine 2 episode is on the way, and I'm actually going to have a friend with me this time, so that'll be fun. But I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you like the Warhammer 40K stuff. Comment down below anything that you think I should check out. I know you guys have already spammed so much stuff, and I will get to it. I have a list of things that I want to check out, and they will be making their way onto the channel. Don't you freaking worry. I have no intention of stopping Warhammer 40K anytime soon, because I'm really enjoying it, and I want to know more. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new, and if you're interested in all my other stuff, I have a second channel where you can have all my Let's Plays, my long plays, my VODs, all that stuff. I play a lot of video games. That's what I do. So make sure you go check out the second channel too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next Warhammer 40K video. See you later, dudes.